Hey, Skylar here from the Mint Changeyoucanwear. I was recently talking with a friend of mine, Rob, from Coin Ring Tools Australia, and we got on the idea, how do you make any coin ring in basic, simple steps? So today, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going through some basic steps on how you can make just about any coin ring and make it well every single time. Also, make sure you check out Rob's website, coinringtools.com.au. He's now selling Jason's Works toolkits down in Australia. The first step of any good coin ring is a perfectly centered hole. So we're going to be cutting a 1/2 inch hole with Jason's Works Auto Punch. Now you can pick any size hole you want. 1/2 inch is what I use for most half dollars and quarters. If you're looking at larger coins like Morgan dollars, I'll do a 5/8 hole, but it's a personal preference. It has no difference on the coin ring itself. Now once the hole is cut, we have this sharp edge, and we remove that with a deburring tool. Basically, we're 45 degreeing that sharp edge in there. Once we have it cut, it should be nice and clean. But to make sure we don't have anything that's going to catch, we're going to clean it up with some 120 grit sandpaper. Once we're done with that, we need to anneal it. And annealing is basically softening the metal so that way it folds easy without cracking or breaking. So we're bringing these up to just a dull red and then quenching them in water. So with a ferrous metal like iron or steel, when you quench it in water, it actually hardens it. But non-ferrous metals like silver, copper, gold, those things aren't affected by being quenched. So quenching, it's no big deal there. So now we're picking a 17-degree die, and we're going to do our folding process. So what we do now, once it's annealed, we fold it halfway with a universal steel folding cone. And once we have it folded halfway, we repeat that annealing process. And once it's annealed, we're going to go ahead and re-sand that cut edge and just make sure we don't have any cracks starting. It's always good every time you move the metal to anneal it and then sand that cut edge and check for cracks. All right, now we're putting it back into our 17-degree die, and then we're going to continue the fold until it's folded all the way against this composite folding cone. And this composite folding cone is going to make sure we preserve any detail on the inside of that coin ring. We don't want to mar anything up with a steel cone. Now we're going to repeat the annealing process again, repeat the sanding process. All right, every coin ring is the same up until this point, but now things will change based on what size we're going to be making these coin rings. Sizing any coin ring will have the exact same procedure. Step 1, stretch above our target size. This will be our coin edge facing up on the ring mandrel. Step 2, reduce the coin edge side of the coin ring below our target size. This will be coin edge facing down in a coin ring die. Step 3, reduce the cut edge side of our coin ring to match the curve of the coin edge side we've just done to make everything even and match. This will be the cut edge facing down in our coin ring die. Step 4, deburr our coin edge side of our coin ring to get back to our target size. So basically, the coin edge is sharp and uncomfortable to wear, and we reduced it below our target size so that way we can come in with a deburring tool and cut a lot of that meat out that makes it uncomfortable, and it'll make it smooth and comfortable to wear, and it'll also bring us back to our target size, whatever that size might be. Now, how far you stretch above your target size and how far you reduce below your target size will be different for different size coins. I'll give you 3 examples. Example 1 is quarters. In step 1, we're going to stretch the quarter 1 to 1.5 sizes larger than our target size. And then in step 2, we're going to reduce this coin ring 1/2 to 1 size smaller than our target size. With half-dollar size coins, we're going to stretch 2 sizes larger than our target size in step 1, and then in step 2, we're going to be reducing 1 size smaller than our target size. And then larger coins like Morgan dollar size coins, we're going to stretch those 2.5 to 3 sizes larger than our target size in step 1. And then in step 2, we're going to be reducing 1 to 2 sizes smaller than our target size. It is really, really important to stretch the coin ring all the way until the coin edge is touching the expanding ring mandrel on step 1 of sizing. This is going to ensure that we don't get a leaning or a wonky coin ring. It is also really important on step 1 of sizing that we don't go larger than the procedure in order to get a nice coin ring. So for instance, if I was to stretch my coin ring larger than 2 sizes on a $1/2, I would run the risk of hitting the detail on the coin whenever I'm reducing it in step 2. And that's where Swedish wrapping comes into play. Swedish wrapping basically allows us to shrink a coin ring down to where we can stretch it all the way until the coin edge is touching the ring mandrel, so we can avoid getting a leaning or a wonky coin ring. And it also allows us to not go over our target size in our procedure. Okay, that was a journey in sizing. Hope you guys understood all that. But now we're back to the size 8 we're making. So what we need to do first is wrap it 25 times with Teflon tape. What this Teflon tape is going to do is protect the detail of the coin as we start to push it down these narrow Swedish wrap dies. Now we make sure that the coin edge and everything is completely covered in these, so that way they're not going to get marred as we start to Swedish wrap. Now these Swedish wrap dies are 5-degree angles versus the 17 degrees we were using just a minute ago to make the cone shape. So they're a lot steeper. And what that's going to do is allow us to easily push this coin ring down the die without getting it mashed up. So we always start by putting it in coin edge facing up, put our brass plunger on to begin with, and then press it down as far as it'll go. Now in order to make a size 8, we need to keep going smaller. Now we're going to add this push follower on here, and we're going to keep pressing it down. We'll do a little bit, turn it, do a little bit, turn it, until we get small enough to make a size 8. And turning it's really important, so that way you get a nice even coin ring. Alright, so now what we've done is we've Swedish wrapped it far enough down to where when we stretch it on the ring mandrel, we will make sure we're going to be a little bit smaller than 2 sizes larger than our target size. But before we start to stretch it, we need to anneal it again, soften the metal, and then we're ready to stretch. And now we're perfectly at a size 10, so we're 2 sizes larger than our target size, and now we can start reducing it. So in order to reduce it, we're going to go back to our 17-degree dies, and in this case I'm using the Pepe Tools ring stretcher, and it has 25-degree dies on one side and 17-degree dies on the other side. So now what we're going to do is put it coin edge facing down, and then reduce the coin edge side until it is exactly the target size we're going for, which is a size 8. Now what I'm going to do is turn this die around to get to the 25-degree side and press it 1 more size lower to get 1 size below our target size with the 25-degree die. What this is going to do is going to make a little bit more of a curved contour on our coin ring. And once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and turn the whole coin ring around to where we have the cut side face down, and we're going to put it back in the 25-degree die and make that curve on the outside of the coin ring match, so that way it looks nice and even on the outside. And now that we have the coin ring looking finished, if you look on the inside of it, that coin edge is really, really sharp in there. And what we need to do is eliminate that sharp edge by deburring it with a deburring tool. And this is going to bring it from a size 7 back up to a size 8 again. So we'll deburr it, sand it with some 120 grit sandpaper, and then it'll be more comfortable to wear, and it'll be the correct size. And now from here, we're going to go ahead and heat some pickle, some jeweler's pickle, and then we'll throw the coin ring in there, let it sit till it's nice and clean. Usually that takes about 10 minutes or so. Once it's clean, we'll pull it back out, clean it off with some water, and then get it ready to throw in some liver of sulfur. What I usually do though from this point is clean the ring really, really well with Dawn dish soap. Make sure it's completely clean and free of any oils. And once we do that, we'll get our liver of sulfur in some water that's just below boiling, mix it all up, and then we will add our coin ring. Usually the coin ring takes about a minute or so to get nice and dark in this solution. And once we pull it back out, it's nice and dark. We're going to go ahead and take some 4/0 steel wool and take some of that oxidation off, leaving some behind so that way it has a nice contrast. And once we're happy with the contrast of it, we'll go ahead and take a disposable jewelry white and we'll polish it up. All right, those are the basic steps to make pretty much any coin ring out there. As long as you stay within those guidelines, you really won't have any problem with most everything. Now, there are a few exceptions. The coins that have steel in them or aluminum in them, I usually don't touch because those are ones that are just not the best for coin ring making. Another thing to look out for is the thickness. Coins that are thicker tend to make just miserable coin rings. They never look right, they never feel right, they never fit right. One last thing I can think of right off the top of my head are cast coins. Any cast coin will split immediately, so just know that going in. I'm sure there are a million other things I'm going to think about once this video is published that you can avoid, but really that's a majority of them. If you got any value out of this video, I would really appreciate you to like it. Basically condense 10 years of coin ring making knowledge and understanding into this one action-packed video. That just helps get this video pushed out to other people. Make sure you check out my website, Changeyoucanwear.net, for all the jewelry that I make. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.